back to my channel. So today I have a DIY video for you guys today. But before we get started, don't forget to like my video and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. If you are interested in taking a boring old t-shirt like this into this, just keep on watching. So you want to go ahead and pick out a pair of shorts that you have. You're just going to use a pair of shorts to trace out the pattern. I am using my 90-degree shorts that I picked up from Old Navy, and I am using fabric chalk. This isn't necessary, but it does help me. But you can always use a pen or a marker, and I am also leaving an inch on seam allowance, but I highly recommend you leave about 1.5 inches to 2 if you do have the extra fabric. You can always go back and cut the extra fabric if you do decide to go with 2 inches on seam allowance. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut out the pattern for my shorts. As you guys can see, my pattern isn't perfect, but it doesn't really matter. I'll try to make it work. But if you guys are perfectionists, by all means, take your time and cut out your pattern perfectly like your pair of shorts. I'm going to go ahead and pin the left side and right side down just so when I am sewing, the fabric is not moving and it's easier to sew. You want to go ahead and do that with the middle part as well. I am leaving about 3 inches up at the top that I will not sew when I do sew down the sides, and this is going to be where my elastic is going to go for my waistline. So now that I have everything pinned down, I am going to go ahead and sew them, and again, everything comes down to the pair of shorts that you use. So you want to make sure you're using a pair of shorts that fits well because you are using that same pattern for your pair of shorts. So I'm going to go ahead and sew down each side. You do want to be careful not to run over any pins because your needle might break. You want to make sure you are back stitching at the beginning and at the end when you are sewing, because if you don't, trust me, everything's going to unravel and you're just going to have to do it all over again. So as you guys can see, we went ahead and sewed our pair of shorts. The sides are done and then the middle part is done as well. And if you guys can see, we don't have to hem the bottom just because the shirt was already hemmed. I'm going to go ahead and start pinning the top because we are going to sew the bottom line. We're not going to sew up at the sides because we do need to be able to put that elastic band around the waist. So you just want to go ahead and sew a straight line where the pins are at. Okay, now that our shorts are sewn and we left the two sides unsewn so we are able to put our elastic band in, we are going to use a safety pin and pin it to our elastic just because this makes it easier when you are trying to get the elastic through the pair of shorts. You want to go ahead and measure your waist and decide how much you're going to cut off, and then when you do decide how much you're going to cut off, you want to go ahead and use this zigzag stitch just because that will hold your shorts better and it is more sturdier rather than using a regular stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and use that stitch, and then I'm going to sew back and forth a couple times making sure I am using the back stitch because again, this will hold the pair of shorts. Okay, so now we have these two sides. This is where we did not sew, just so we were able to put the elastic in. So now you can go ahead and sew these two sections. You can either do it by hand, which is pretty easy, or you can go ahead and use your sewing machine as well for this. And the shorts are finally done. Obviously they're not perfect, but this is what works for me. And just go ahead and make sure you cut the extra thread that's hanging. But this is pretty much it for the shorts. I hope you guys were able to get an idea and you guys are able to make your own pair of shorts. Next, we're just gonna use some of the extra fabric that we had and we're gonna create a bandeau. So basically you're just grabbing two rectangles and you're gonna do the same thing as you did for the pair of shorts, but you're gonna do it up the top and at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and iron this just because it makes it so much easier when I'm gonna sew. The elastic is gonna go here and you can either use a smaller one or the thicker one. It's totally up to you. Once again, I'm just gonna sew straight across and I'm gonna leave one side open so I am able to put the elastic in. You don't have to leave two sides open, you can only leave one. You just want to make sure that elastic is able to go in. So we're gonna go ahead and do the safety pin method that we used earlier, just because it's so much easier to slide that elastic in. Once again, we're gonna go ahead and do the zigzag stitch. Be careful if you are using the thinner elastic, just because it's a little bit more complicated rather than using the thicker one. But make sure you go ahead and back stitch. I thought it'd be cool to give some pizzazz, like my sister says, to our shorts. So we're gonna go ahead and bleach them. I am using this cheap bleach that I got from Dollar Tree, and I am just using the same method that I use to tie-dye my shirts. So if you haven't checked out that video, make sure you go ahead and check it out and I will link it down below. And this is how it turned out. I actually was really impressed how it came out. I was not expecting it to come out this good.
Well guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. Let me know if you guys will be trying this or what you guys think. Also, again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do upload videos every Sunday, so I will see you guys next week.